afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for July 20th, 2021, Tuesday. We have a Time for Change call tomorrow night at 9 p.m. and a Reverse Aging Health call at 9 p.m. Friday. Just to let everybody know, I'm sure you have felt it from these last two meditations. I've had numerous people let me know that the wave that we have started and perpetual high frequency has been affecting in a really high frequency way a lot of people on the planet. Ramon, one of our teammates, has just miraculously almost totally recovered from his deathbed in the hospital of some strange, all of a sudden, digestive issue that he was confronted with, which laid him up in the hospital, and now he's really just doing a tremendous lot better. So it is, we're believe it or not, I think a lot of people don't understand that what we do is with our intention and with no expectation or attachment, this energy is massive, with all of us combined together, that has a really profound effect on the whole planet and the civilization. So it's imperative that we understand this, that we are not powerless, we are the opposite, and that we have this within us to extend graciously and generously all the way through. And that's exactly what we're experiencing. So in the meditation today, as we progress on this journey together that we are all part of in the higher frequencies, understand that there isn't, for some it's a little confusing, but we all know we're one. We're in one ocean, all of us, everything. In all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. It's all an integral blending. So we plug into, we're in it. You don't even plug into it. You plug into it in a way because you become consciously aware of it. And this is when we talk about, the pineal gland being the gateway to all the particles of existence while we're in these bodies. So we connect to it. And once we understand that by going within, we affect everything. In fact, we affect everything every split second we're existing. So it just depends on how conscious we are while in these bodies. What direction are we directing that frequency, that energy? Are we directing it in a low way, low vibrational frequency? It's easy to do. We get challenged in this life, and we have. It depends on how you view things. That's the crucial part. If we view things from an upsetting or irritating or stressful perspective, our frequencies will drop, and we'll invite more of that in. But if we understand that and say, no, I'm not going to lower my frequency. Okay, so this is going on, that's going on. But why would I lower my frequency? I must keep my frequency as high as possible so that I can maneuver these challenges and be able to go beyond them, walk through them. So it's important for us to, every time that we get irritated or something happens or something doesn't go right, and we fall into that uneasy frequency, lower frequency, and it exposes us to a lot more of it, so we just don't care to go there. That's why we talk about being in the eye of the storm. That's where the God is, with you, with all of us, so that we go within and we stay within. So all this external stuff, It really has, it has no power unless you give it power. So whatever's happening in this very moment in our lives, it's a choice that we make. Now, someone might say, well, you don't, why aren't you upset about this? There's no interest to be upset. I'm perfectly grateful exactly the way things are. And this way you keep yourself in the eye of the storm. You know, everything around you is just buzzing around, all kinds of things going on, people, this and that. And there's a lot happening, more so on this planet than has ever been before. So we choose. We stay in a high vibrational center path, or do we stay in the lower vibrational path, left or right? But we always strive to be in the center, the neutral. We don't go left, we don't go right, we just go right down the center. And this keeps us focused. And to stay in the now. To stay in the now. That clears up everything. It allows us to leave the ego, the mind, the subconscious mind alone. So during these times, it's absolutely imperative that we stay in the vibrational frequency. I'm not saying it's easy at times. It's not easy to stay in there. You know, because you got all this stuff coming at you, and you go, oh well, it's fine. You just go with the flow. And you know, it's like Gandhi said, you must choose first to be the change you want to see in this world. And that's what this is all about. This is what this country is about. The American people coming together, dropping off all their egos and everything, all one. We are not a victim of our thoughts. In fact, rather, we are the master behind them. And when we realize and recognize how our minds are responsible for creating our reality in each moment, we suddenly wake up and automatically start creating the dream life that we deserve. We have no other choice than to manifest a totally amazing life when we are fully aware of the thoughts coursing through our brains. Now, a lot of us, most of us, would like to believe that we are in charge of the mind. And tens of thousands and millions of thoughts that it will be formulating today. Yet, there is something much bigger beneath the surface which is running the show and guiding us on a deeper level. Our subconscious mind is always here, like an eternal spring of water flowing continuously through our consciousness from beneath the ground. It's bubbling up the creation of our every thought, attitude, energy level, and the overall vibration that creates how we see this world. Our subconscious mind is a powerful enlightened system which keeps us on track, holding us firm to our path, mission, and life purpose. It holds the foundation for what we believe that we deserve or don't deserve to manifest into our lives. The subconscious is what makes us, us, or you. It is responsible for what we can allow to see in our perception of reality. And it never, ever takes a vacation. Even when we are asleep at night, it is processing data, turning vital information into vivid dreams which pour and filter back through us. You really can change the world if you care enough. Marion Wright Edel. You really can change the world if you care enough. The greatest news of all is that we can redirect our subconscious river of information to flow away from the stagnant pond of stuckness and towards the abundant sea of success. By learning how to befriend and access the deepest resource of information in our beings, we can retrain it to attract anything that we desire. For example, if you want more confidence, you can train the subconscious to believe that you are a lovable, amazing, high vibrational being. You can teach it to believe anything you want and thus manifest any desire you have. You can imprint the subconscious with affirmations that make you feel worthy of financial freedom. A relationship that meets you on a soul-to-soul level, vibrant health, a new house, car, or anything you can imagine. When you feel deep down that you deserve to have something, that something finds its way to you, this is the law of attraction, where similar thought frequencies magnetize the outcomes in the physical world. And perhaps the most rewarding part of learning how to tap into the hidden powers of your subconscious mind, it is the feeling that you are unstoppable in anything you want to experience. You can feel connected to an unlimited source of power, intelligence, and divine energy all day long. There is truly nothing that you cannot experience once the subconscious mind is on your side. So just picture this. Take a few deep breaths and relax your body right now. We are all sitting on a beautiful Hawaiian beach with our hands and bare feet snuggled in the warm, soft sand. A gentle breeze is blowing behind us, caressing our entire bodies. We feel completely at peace as we gaze out across the vast blue ocean, watching the golden sun dipping into the horizon. The fresh ocean air is rich with healing oxygen. We take a full, deep breath and inhale the most expansive, heart-opening sensation we have ever experienced in our lives. The feeling penetrates our entire body and mind. We are safe, loved, held in the protective arms of the universe. Every wish, need, and desire we have is going to be preciously cared for the remainder of our lives. And notice the shift in your heart, emotions, and overall energy after making that statement. You started to let go and relax into the experience. Now, if you allowed yourself to trust in the feeling and emotions that arose out of that visualization that we just experienced, a positive chemical response is now flooding our brains, body, and bloodstream. As we begin to trust more in this feeling of relaxation, we start tapping into a more powerful, magnetic aspect of ourselves. The more we repeat this powerful visualization from a relaxed body state, the more deeply we will impact the subconscious with positive feelings of trust and connection. And then you choose to explore how deep you can go into trusting in feelings you receive from this visualization as often as you can. You'll soon see some amazing things begin to manifest out of the blue in the following days and weeks ahead. Now, the greatest secret that I can tell you as far as manifesting is concerned is that only using positive imagery is not enough. You must engage your feelings, bodily sensations, and emotionally taste what it is that you deeply want to experience. You must feel it as if it's already happening to you right now. You have the power to swing the pendulum of your life to manifest a life that feels better. Imagine what it's like to become physically healthier, naturally think more positively, and truly be a happier person by simply learning how to reprogram your mind. You will dramatically increase your ability to attract the life you desire. With a little practice, we all will be able to attract anything and everything our heart desires. So if you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. We relax them. Ease. Naturally. So as we relax them, we find out that we have all this weight. It's actually illusions, worry, stress, fear, anxiety, anger, envy, hurry. It's endless. Why do we carry them? Do we really need them? Some of us will, we eliminate worries, right? We have things that are eliminated, and then it's just phenomenal. More things to worry about come in to replace them. It's like we get so used to it that we just automatically generate it. It's almost like we're so used to having these emotions, these low frequencies, that we just continually generate more of them. And identifying the fact, you ask yourself one question. Total honesty with yourself. Do these serve me the greater good? I mean, does hate and anger serve you the greater good? No. Does stress and fear and anxiety and worry really serve you the greater good? No. Then why carry them? Doesn't make any sense, does it? But we do. I'm not saying it's bad. It's a habit that we all have that we carry them. So we let them go. I don't need you guys. I've learned and experienced things because of you, and I'm grateful for that. But I don't need you. So you can leave now. So when you do that, you're visualizing and you're affirming that they're gone. Now, if you need the visualization, use the hot air balloon. You stand in that basket and you look at those bags of sand sitting down there by your feet. You know that balloon's not going to go up unless you start dropping some of that ballast out onto the ground. The only way you're going to be able to do that is just like with your worry, stress, and fear. It's your decision to say, okay, this worry's gone. That's a bag of sand. Boom, drop it outside. Balloon starts going up. The more of this you drop off, the lighter you become. Believe it or not, maybe some of you have experienced this. But as you accumulate, don't you notice something? And you might want to just kind of do this when you are light, which means you don't have anything, right? You don't physically own anything. All right. And I'm not saying that you're destitute or anything. It's just that you don't own anything because you don't care to own anything. And because of that, there's really do you have worries? No. What are our worries about? Usually physical and material. Those are our worries. Our survival, so to speak. So when we realize this, and the body becomes lighter, you don't have all that stuff to think about. worry about. It's not there. So it's up to you. It's up to each and every one of us to choose that. And the more of those little sandbags we drop out, the more we go up. The more we can see the true beauty of who and what we are. So it's a choice. So as you do this, the body does become light, as a feather. And it's at ease. And you move into the now. And the now is all we have. Ego mind's going to argue with you. No, you got the future, you got the past. No, you've got the now. You create the future in the now. And the now is the breath. You focus on the breath, it's the now. All right, so some of us focus on the heartbeat, the space between heartbeats. It just depends on what works for you. So the breath is the now. That's the key. Because it's happening now, and it happens every moment. And we all have memories. We collect the memories. We actually store the memories in our subconscious mind. It's like a big library for us. And so every now and then we have these memories resurface for it. And they're fun because some catalyst happens with us. Could be a thought, could be talking with somebody that has nothing to do with that memory, but then you go there with it. Oh God, that was so fun. I had so much. Wow, And we visit those, and they're fun. They're great. Sometimes we visit the ones that aren't too great to remind us not to goof the second time around. Now, some of us go into the past. But we don't stay there. It's like I said, we reminisce, that type of thing. But some of us will stay there in the past, and it's dead. It's like an elephant graveyard. It's dank, it's still, it's foggy. But some of us will just stay there. You probably met people like this. They're bad. It doesn't make them bad. It's just a subconscious or unconscious choice. So they end up living in the past. I don't think that they really truly know they are, but that they stay there. And eventually they end up dragging it into a future that doesn't exist. They create that future from that past, and they relive that past in that future. This way you hear people say, what doesn't matter what we do, we always end up in the same place. This is a major contributor to that. Some of us go into the future. We wander off into the future. We say to ourselves, when is this going to happen for me? And when am I going to have that? And when am I going to be able to do this? And, when am I going to meet this person? And, we go on, right? But you start to realize that the now is it. It's all we have. Everything happens in the now. And not only that, it stills the ego and the mind. Because you leave the ego and the mind, you're not in it. So this way you can watch them. You're not judging them, you're watching. Watch how they operate. And then you start saying to yourself, oop, that's ego. That's ego mind. As you're thinking, you then start to realize it, and you're identifying it. You become more consciously aware. So it's like when you're thinking something, and then you come back and say, that's ego mind. You're able to start identifying it, say. And that's your path to mastering it. The same with the mind. So you guide the mind, it doesn't guide you. You direct the mind and the ego, they don't direct and guide you. They make wonderful servants and absolutely pathetically horrible masters. So how do we stay in the now? Because we have those thoughts, tens of millions of programmed thoughts today, float by us like clouds in the sky. And you could be focused on anything. We've all done this more than once. Then we start wandering off into just thoughts, and they aren't even our thoughts, but we're finding off here. But see, when you practice, you start realizing, you say, okay, I'm wandering off. Always be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself, 24/7. And you say, okay, I'll focus on my divine positive energy, my breath. So when you focus on your breath, your divine positive energy, soul comes into the body, and actually powers the body. Body comes online, and the lungs start operating, and there is the breath. And the breath supports the body, and the soul gave it the power to do so the soul can stay in the body and master physicality. So it's divine positive energy. It focuses us, it relaxes us, it allows us to be able to create. It's happiness, it's joy, it's fun. It's a lot of things. It's just great. We take it so much for granted, our breath. So you focus on your breath, and I can guarantee you 24/7, 3,000% of the time, you will be in the now. You'll be in the now. Always in the now. Focus to stay in that now. And you know what it does? It alleviates a lot of the fear, stresses, worries, anxieties, because you're only in the moment. You're not tomorrow. You're not 10 years, 5 years, a month from now. You're only in the now. You're not 10 years ago, 50 years ago. You're only in the now. That's the true power for all of us. So relaxing the body, light as a feather, dropping off all of that baggage, and being in the now. Savor that. Embrace it through your heart, mind. Because that's our natural state of being. And it really affords us the opportunity to go deeper within with the God that we are. So we look at the body, because we know that we are not the body. We know this, that the God, we are the God in the body, but not the body. So with this understanding, you begin to realize, you say, wait a minute, I can see my body. I can see how it operates. I can also see these 7 wheels of light, different colors. And I can see how they branch out through this whole body. Energy waves, frequencies, beautiful colors. About just roughly 7 of them, from the tailbone to the top of the head. And you notice that you, the God, actually flows through these energy vortexes, these chakras, as different names. Not only that, but it affects all of your organs, emotions, everything. So along with your divine positive energy and these energy vortexes, with you, the God, you combine and you move through the body. You move through it. It's a fascinating journey. And you never get tired of it. You just move through it. And the organs, you see the organs. And you see this red wheel of light that you go into, see? And is quite expansive. And this red wheel of light in these bodies deals with our survival. Money, food, water, clothing, dwelling, shelter. Now, if a bunch of us were dropped off somewhere, desolate area, maybe in the woods or something, and we had clothes on our backs, and we have each other because we're all one anyway. So any of us that would panic would usually end up perishing. Those of us who would work, come together and help each other survive. But when you panic or you go into fear, that's what will block the survival of you, is that fear and that panic. So then we move to the orange wheel of light. This deals with, it's sacral chakra. It deals with our pleasure, fun, enjoyment, things that are effortless that come to you. You ever notice that when you're in that mode, it's just things just are dropped in your lap, that things just flow to you. Might not be that extensive for some, but it's still on that path that we all, at one time or another, have experienced it. And it's wonderful, isn't it? Everything just falls into place. You're not really thinking. You're not stressing. You're not fearing. You're not worrying. You're just in a zone, some people would call it. You're in that space, that zone. Everything operates. That's our natural state of being? Even though it only happens on once in a great while for us. It's our natural state of being. But, see, we get this feeling. There's that feeling. There it comes in the stomach. This isn't going to last forever. I know it's going to end. I'll enjoy it while I can. And that's, of course, the ego mind trying to convince you that you shouldn't, you don't deserve to be happy every day. You don't deserve that type of life. You got to struggle. You got to be stressful and fearful a lot of the time. And then we move to the solar plexus chakra, which deal with willpower. And our willpower, it becomes upended, blocked by shame. Understand, these are all illusions. These are programmed thoughts. And then we move to the emerald green wheel of light, and this is our ability to love. And it's blocked by grief. So I'm sure you've come across people, or maybe yourself, where you're in deep grief. You're just not capable of loving during that point of being in grief. Then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra. This is our truth, and it's blocked by lies. Then the indigo wheel of light, the third eye chakra. This deals with our insight, and it's blocked by illusion. And the main chakra, the crown chakra, the violet wheel of light. This deals with our ability, our direct connection to the divine, cosmic energy, direct connection to the divine. You, the God. And of all things, it is blocked by ego. Ego attachment. Ego. But when we know this, and we as the gods that really navigate through these energy vortexes, when we know this, then we become masterful at unblocking most of these illusions. And that's what they are. And then eliminating the ego attachment so that we can expand and soar and experience at a much higher vibrational frequency this life. So we, the breath, the divine positive energy, and the gods that we are at the top of the body, the head. And so when we are there, we have the opportunity to do whatever we choose with the body. So we choose to condense ourselves, our energies, into omnipotently powerful pure liquid energy. And we do this, we are one, we are love, and we are God. And in that brief 3 seconds, we pour ourselves over the pineal gland. Now, the pineal gland for all of us is really important while we're in these physical forms, because when it's vibrant and healthy and fully functioning, it connects us to all the particles of existence. It connects us to all things, all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Now, we don't have that yet. I mean, it functions, yeah, but it's constrained. So as we, the gods, pour ourselves over the pineal gland, you can view the pineal gland however you choose. For you, I view it as a green ball, a rosebud. And then when I pour myself over it, the God that I am over it, it immediately transforms into this massively, fully bloomed, beautiful rose of multicolored petals and just a heavenly fragrance. And it sends out these waves, and I'm right in front of it. And the waves, it's not like a splash, it's like a sprinkling. And you can feel it being absorbed in all your pores in your body. And you feel it sinking in, and it's a good feeling. It's a real deep, positive, loving feeling. And it's like the ultimate of the highest of the deepest eternal love. It isn't even describable. It is so magnificent, so mega glorious. And then you discover that I'm the rose and the rose is me. The rose is the God. I'm the God. One and the same. It is a reminder of a reflection of the God within me. Now, these bodies, the higher self, the spirit, the soul, the ego mind, the heart mind, the God, the pure consciousness, it's all one. And we see consciously aware that we are the God in the body. And so the soul is the heaven, the body is the earth. So we literally are heaven on earth. And because of our awareness, to a certain extent, we know that every step we take on this planet, at this moment, in this now, we are creating paradise. Not only that, we have discovered that we are the light. So we shine our light, God, force, love, light, energy, 360 degrees, fanning out in waves constantly. And the interesting thing, some people think that they're losing their power, they're giving away their energy by doing this. It's quite the opposite. How can you? It touches all parts of you. See, so we touch all the gods and all of those who are asleep and awake with our light. It's effortless. It expands. Wonderful. So we're transforming this planet Earth, a God paradise planet. Literally. See that. See how you view that through your heart minds. Really, truly. Breath it in and see what that is for you. Experience it. I mean, when you feel it, you begin to experience it. You visualize it. So a God planet with roughly 8 billion gods, some awake, some asleep, all parts of us, all glowing, whole planet glows. There's no place in all existence that it cannot be seen. It's so bright. And you see all this. And you see this planet transforming in many different ways. You feel these waves of yourself and other parts of you. And the waves are absolutely phenomenal. You can feel them every second. I mean, nonstop, if you choose to. And most of us don't ignore them. We say, this is absolutely phenomenal. It's like, what are you doing, Julie? I'm enjoying the wave of the energy of the collective consciousness, the God. Which is, well, what is that? Me, you, all of us. You see how that feels? You feel that in the heart mind right now, right in this moment? It's that warm, loving, nurturing, embracing energy, the God within you, the light that you are. And of course, there's other parts of us that are asleep. They're always with us, but they don't hear us. Then there's the other parts of us that are awake to a certain extent, consciously aware that they're of the highest high, of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of the highest high, of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. So it makes sense that we reach out to parts of ourselves that are consciously aware, such as all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Yet only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us this now in this meditation, in the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Now, they come in the Google Plexus. One Google Plex fills this entire universe with not even an inch of sacred space to spare. And they come in trillions of Google Plexus from trillions of universes, including all the ones on this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, on it, in it, above it, and below it. Now, the eyes that we have with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. So that the light energy beings that we're familiar with, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whales, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. Now they come in shapes, color, sizes, forms, and configurations which we've never seen before. And in the Google Plexus, they are with us now, consciously. We call upon all of the off-worlders, the galactics, the celestials. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. Now, we're only familiar with a handful, because over 1,000 travel through this solar system alone every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. And the ones that we're somewhat familiar with are the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Arcturians, the feline, the Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian. Many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage, slavery. And they are with us in the trillions now consciously. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, agartha, and beneath earth. Yet, only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now consciously. Call upon all our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of the circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet. And in the billions, they are with us now consciously. All the archangels, cherubim, seraphim, archetype, ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, many, many, many more. Both of them are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. Their archangels, their vibrational frequency is different than ours because they're a different civilization, and we don't see them like we see each other, so to speak. They'll pass us by, they'll make comments, or we'll meet with them, but they always, the message is the same. It's just delivered in endless ways. Isn't it absolutely magna glorious to be alive in these bodies? And that's bliss. Now, they can surround any one of us in the tens of thousands. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. The ascended masters, they've mastered physical. They've mastered being in physical and going out of physical. And they hold pure consciousness God form. We are mastering physical form, creating our experience to perfect our creation. So we're all gathered. Some of us will discover that we are the light. We don't follow the light. When we decide to leave these bodies, we don't follow the light. We are the light. We don't follow it. Why would we? And you discover it's a trap, so you don't follow the light as the God that you are. So we're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And we continue to intensify and continue to expand. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. This light is so bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1,000 trillion suns to even come close to its radiance. And this is the deepest of the purest, purest, purest eternal love. And we're flooding this planet with the light of the love that we are. We're flooding all of our brothers and sisters, all the parts of ourselves, all the awakened parts, all the sleeping parts. Everything on this planet is being bathed in pure, deep, eternal love, 24/7, non-stop, head to toe, inside and out. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. We begin to ascend above the planet. As we do, we're met with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. It's just countless trillions of flashing, multicolored lights back and forth. We discovered that we look at the reflection points, and we zero in on those. They're microscopic little etched mirrors. So we enter them, and we discover that all of us, countless numbers, Google Plexus from all that there is, in this meditation, consciously aware. And we are teachers and students and teachers with each other, with parts of ourselves. Talk about spectacular. To know that through this endless journey, we're always teaching each other. We're always learning from each other. We never do not. Ever. It's phenomenal. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We're then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. And this is the column of light that we created to remind us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are perpetually imbued with this white fire armor, way beyond body armor and night armor. And it is imbued from the God Force Love Light energy within these bodies. And it's super powerful. No demon attachments. No attachments ever. No possessions. No interferences. Nothing can penetrate it. The lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. They wouldn't even come close to it because of the fact they'd vaporize. They know this. They wait. They wait. And if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, greed, anger, fear, stress, anxiety, hurriedness, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, because only you have the power, you're immediately met with two columns of light. The first one, the purple transmuting flame. The second one, the violet ray. Now, the purple transmuting flame, we created this column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark level survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are literally absorbed into the God. We then have the violet ray. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray. We can literally cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies once were. Cleansing the area sealing the breach in the white fire armor, restoring your vibrational harmony into the highest of the highest high of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and the highest of the highest high of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and peace. We're then met with golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. The sun sets. The sun rises. We are the rain and the rainbows. We're the clouds in the sky. We're the trees in the forest, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the oceans, the soils. We're everything, and everything is us. We continue to ascend above the planet. We come into full contact as some of us leave our bodies, hover effortlessly above them, if we're carrying physical forms. And why do we do this? Well, because we can. We see this massive crystal light tower. It's larger than the solar system. We created it. In the center, we see this magnificent, this huge oblong sphere. And in the center of the sphere is this golden white ball of light. And surrounding the golden white ball of light are just countless rings of multicolored light. They're all vibrating, sending out these waves, rainbow wave, of just absolute, pure joy, peace, love, gratitude, everything. Great well-being, great abundance, great prosperity. The deepest of eternal love, the deepest of eternal gratitude. It's endless, flooding us. Now at the top, we designed it so that the golden ocean can come cascading down, as it's doing right now, 24/7. And what is this? It is our essence, all of us. It is the highest of the highest high, the purest of the purest purest, the deepest of the deepest, deepest eternal love. And we're being bathed in it. Now, we're drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. The drops are the ocean is the drops. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We all created this sphere over 3 years ago. It houses nearly 1,500 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Feel that. Hundreds of millions of us on and off world gathered. Every day. 7 days a week. Over 3 years. With the highest of the highest high of intents. Liberating this planet into the higher frequencies of pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. And that's why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify, and this is why it continues to expand. Eventually, we will be embracing this earth, on it, in it, above it, and below it, with the purest and the highest of the deepest eternal love and gratitude. will join you in the meditation, and I will return to close us out. take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Never be worried about what other people say about you. Never take note of it. Always think of only one thing. God is my judge. I am able to face God. Let that be the criteria of your whole life. And you will not go amiss. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. And we'll be back here July 21st, 2021, to continue our global guided meditation call.